All right, so I know you're probably thinking another Alfredo dish, right? Thing is, we did it with a little bit of twist. So it's a douce buttercream sauce with that, okay? So just add a little bit of extra razzle dazzle, you know what I mean? Just to spice things up. And when I tell you it only takes about 30 minutes to get this thing right, if even that, if you're multitasking, and you only using 2 dishes at most, okay? So let's get into it. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and season up our shrimp first, okay? Because the shrimp is gonna be the easiest part of all of this. And we're gonna do most of everything in the same pan. All right, so what we got is this orange pepper rub. Now, I found this at my local grocery store. You can get this pretty much anywhere. But if you don't have it, these are the contents of the ingredients that are in there. So you got your salt, you got garlic, onion, orange peel. That's gonna pair really nicely with the cognac once we make our sauce. All right, so we got our orange peel that's in there, and there's bell pepper that's broken down. All right, some orange oil. All right, get as much of that as you can. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and season this up. So go ahead and just sprinkle about a tablespoon. You don't want to do too much, just because there is some sodium content in there. And listen, the worst thing you can do is have some overly salted food, because I mean, there go your dish right there. It's trash at that point, or it's gonna be hard as hell to eat. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and, my bad, I'm over here just going. But look, so we got some garlic powder. So that doesn't have any sodium in it. You can go ahead and put that in. So if you're a little bit more liberal with this, go right ahead. It's not gonna hurt anything. So tablespoon. If you want to do more, do more. You don't want to gotta eat this ultimately. So, all right. Then next up, we're gonna do some minced onion. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and just a little bit, because onion does go a really long way. And also, in addition, we're gonna add in some Frank's Red Hot Stinging Honey Garlic Sauce. We're gonna coat that over our shrimp as well. That way, we get a nice little sweet undertone with the shrimp. So do as much or as little as you want. Do this till you like it. So just go ahead and mix them all around. And make sure that you wash your hands before doing all this and afterwards. And then also make sure you wash your shrimp or whatever protein you got. I know some people, well, in the culinary world, they say you're not supposed to do that because of the spread of bacteria. Look, we're not opening up a restaurant, so wash your protein, wash it. And then so next what we're gonna do is move on over to our heated skillet and then get ready to cook our shrimp. So what we have here is a skillet preheated with some oil of your choice. It could be canola, it could be olive, it could be whatever. All right, so what we're gonna do is just simply lay the shrimp down. All right, so what we're gonna do, get these all in the pan, and then we're gonna spread them out. Now, this may not be the proper utensil for this, but whatever, you in your own kitchen. So with shrimp, you don't have to cook this for a very long time, or you will shrivel up your shrimp. Please do not shrivel up your shrimp, because then it's gonna be tough and it's gonna be nasty. I cannot stress that enough. Anytime we make shrimp, I'm gonna talk about it, because I don't want nobody talking bad about you. You already know how we coming. So look, I'm gonna spread these all out, and you're just gonna set your timer. I'm a person that likes to use timers because I like my stuff to be precise. All right, as precise as possible, at least. And also, depending on the area of your skillet, if you need to cook this in batches, do so. But essentially, 90 seconds to 2 minutes at most. And then we're gonna flip these and do the same thing. And then we'll go ahead and take these off, and then we'll go ahead and get to our sauce. Simple enough. But on the side note, good Lord, man, it smells so beautiful. It just, oh, it smells so good up in there. All right, y'all, so the shrimp are ready to come off the burner, come off the eye, whatever the hell you call it. It's your business. So what we're gonna do is just set them in a bowl, just like this here. And we're gonna set this aside so we can get ready to make our cream sauce. So just to reiterate, you're gonna cook your shrimp for about 2 minutes each side on a medium-high to high heat. Take it off and set it aside. What we're gonna do, start with half a stick of butter, just like that there. We'll go ahead and melt that down. So for those of y'all that watched my pizza video, you'll notice some similarities with this, all right? So now we're gonna get a nice tablespoon of butter. Now we'll get a nice tablespoon of some minced garlic. Just go ahead and do that, just like that right there. What we're gonna do is get those melted together. Once you start to smell aroma of the garlic, oh, by the way, that smells so beautiful. All right, what we're gonna do is add a pint of some heavy cream. So look, moment of truth here. So typically I would just do a quart of some heavy cream, but like what I had in the fridge at the time was a pint of that and a pint of some half and half, but usually do a quart of some heavy cream. What we're gonna do is let that come to a boil, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. I know a lot of y'all was asking for gluten-free, so I got gluten-free noodles here, some fettuccine noodles. What we're gonna do is add this whole box of this 12 ounce into a pan with some boiling hot water. Now, a lot of people, they'll say to go ahead and wash the starch off of the pasta first, but you actually don't really want to do that. Reason being is because the pasta water, we're gonna save a little bit of that. That makes for a good extra flavor once we finish this. Yeah, so what we're gonna do here is we got this temperature up on high right now. We're gonna cook this for about 8 to, depending on how soft you like your noodles, probably about 8 to 10 minutes at most, but I go about 8 minutes. All right, so we set our timer, then we're gonna head back over to our shrimp. Just make sure you get this all the way down. And then for consistency purposes, since we want everything to taste relatively similar, we're gonna add in some more of this orange pepper rub because again, this does have sodium content in it. So now a lot of that is gonna be absorbed into the water, so don't worry about the sodium on that. All right, and then to help to make sure that your noodles don't stick, just add a little bit of olive oil or whatever vegetable oil, doesn't matter. Give this a nice little stir, just to make sure you get the scragglers that may be at the bottom already. Okay, let the heat do the rest all right, let the heat go ahead and do the rest. All right, quick segue. So back to the alcohol, or back to the sauce. We're gonna get our douce, and if you need a real measurement, do about a quarter cup. If you wanna add more, whatever. So what we're gonna add in as well after our douce, we're gonna add in some lucerne garlic and herb cream cheese spread. So we're gonna get a nice tablespoon amount, put it right on it. Put it right on it. Don't forget to drain your pasta. Save about a cup of water. Yeah, save about a cup of the pasta water. Essential to any cream sauce, we're gonna add in some Parmesan cheese. Yeah, so get you a nice handful. If you want more, add more. And look, I already know not everybody like cheese as much as I do, so I actually just go crazy and add the whole doggone bag. Because look, you're gonna end up using it anyway, whether you top it, whatever. But anyway, add it in. Go ahead, stir everything on up, and let's move on. Now, if y'all remember correctly, I said we're gonna save some of our pasta water, so we're gonna do about a cup. That's gonna add some natural salt content because remember all of that sodium that we put into the water to begin with. So that's the reason why we didn't really salt this. And just a little touch of some garlic powder. Actually, that's more than a little bit, but whatever. I'm gonna add one more scoop of the garlic and herb. Now, last but not least, we're just gonna backdoor with a little bit of this Frank's Red Hot. I know it sounds crazy, but that sweetness is gonna pair really well with the garlic, all right? So we're gonna just go until your spirit tells you to stop, but honestly, I would say probably about like maybe a little bit under a fourth of a cup. Last but not least, I'm gonna add a little touch of some Greek seasoning. Greek seasoning, it has some sea salt, it has some other spices in there, and some garlic, so obviously, yeah, that's why we're doing that. So, do about a tablespoon, start there, build low, and go slow. So, however you see fit to do this, add in your pasta. get everything nice and coated. I make my pasta look extra wet because, look, the next day when this stuff soaks in, it's gonna be so lovely. So if you want more, do more. All right, so yeah, like I said, it's a little wet right now, but that's perfectly fine. Next day, a lot of this ends up drying up. So that's why I do it this way. But what you can do if you want to be a little bit thicker is add some more cream cheese and then add the rest of that Parmesan cheese off in there, like the whole bag, you know. But on a lighter note, go ahead and grab you a glass of wine, grab some parsley for garnish, and let's plate this thing on up. This recipe is going to be in my new cookbook coming out soon. I can't wait to bring it to y'all. Man, it's going to be so crazy, y'all. But look, I do have another cookbook out now called Counterslap Cooking. The link is in my bio. And yes, Lord, let me know in the comments what y'all want to see next. Thank you again for tapping into another recipe. Tag me if you remake this, and I'll catch y'all next time.